Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, da doo-dah day.
Hello, people, and welcome to the absolutely first Last Man Standing on my 65th birthday. Yeah, some rum has been applied. All right. I've sent Bill and I've sent Aunt Donna a link to get in here. And if we're really lucky, they will both comply or, at least be interested. And yes, here is Bill. And here is the absolutely lovely Aunt Donna. And
Hello.
let me know if Carl is.
Carl's gone to bed.
Oh, okay. Well, if Carl was awake and alert, I'd send him a link. But
Yeah.
Hey, Aunt Donna, how are you way over there in Danville?
Way over there.
Yeah.
Chris, I mean,
It's kind of an inside joke.
Chris went, Carl went to bed. Yeah, right.
I guess he
Chris,
didn't.
He's talking in his sleep.
Hey, it worked for the that band that time, and they were really big on YouTube, as well as. Let me see if I can send Carl, because I'd love to have Carl in here too.
Oh,
He
crap.
thinks I started the green room early.
Well, we kind of tried.
Yes, fuck, I did. Yes. Okay, it's after midnight, so I'm sorry, Bill. I used that word, but who cares?
Did I miss something?
It's after midnight, and we're all still alive.
It's only 11 o'clock your time, isn't it?
Really?
I have 10 o'clock here.
Yeah, it's only 11:08. Okay, I said
This
fuck
is
too early, but screw that shit. I mean, seriously. Arg.
Phillips head
Uh,
or standard?
I think it's a Phillips head. I'm not sure. Um,
Or is it a star bit?
ooh, those are nasty. I like them, but they're nasty. I like
They
them
don't
nasty.
they don't strip
Nasty
quite as
can be
easily
fun.
as a Phillips head.
So
You're
shit.
writing all
Okay,
this down,
okay.
Donna.
Get in here, Carl.
Carl just got the link. Who else? I heard a beep. I heard a plunk. Oh, Kiri. Yes. Thank you, Kiri.
Hey.
Yes. I'm glad you found the link without my having to send you an individual one.
Happy birthday, man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
For another hour, right?
Hey, hey. It's not only my birthday. It is Godzilla's birthday.
Yeah.
Godzilla is my spirit animal.
There goes
Although-
Tokyo.
What the hell's going on over there?
Carl, shut up.
Well,
Hey, wow.
I'm jazzed because I just sold a 1984 mail away Clark Kent figure for $75. I don't know what Dan is jazzed for.
I
Have
think
you
it's
met
a
I
my
have to
wife?
mail that puppy off tomorrow.
I'm serious. Have you met my wife? I mean, seriously, I'm the luckiest man alive. And sorry, Carl, but
We didn't meet your wife, no.
no, you weren't there. But you would have fallen in love with her and wanted to take her home. And I'm going.
I'm sure.
She can't fit in the doggy seat. Will you please?
We have 4 or 5 seats in our van. It's big.
That van is big, man. We chose it because we got in and went, oh, our elbows don't meet. This is the one we're buying.
Mm-hmm. It's time to paint the free candy sign on the outside of the van. Yeah.
Well, it's not a kind of van that BKM has, but ours is more Star Trekky.
Oh,
Now-
oh. It's the Plymouth Voyager. Okay. Now,
No, that's
Now,
what I used to drive.
Now I'm gonna
Carl.
say this: hitting a deer with your car is always a losing deal. But you have to pay.
Mhm.
You have to pay for an insurance deductible. But nature is always out a buck.
This is 25-year-old rum from the country that Lindsay was born in.
Anabisario.
It is
Pampero?
Pompero,
Oh, yeah.
and it is from Venezuela, which I did not know actually had an export for anything but, you know.
I gotta write this. I've got to write this down for our next trip to Benny's.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is the package it came in embossed leather.
That's
Whoa.
nice.
Hey! Back when I was young and relatively wild, there were strange women in my life that came packaged in embossed leather, and
We usually do.
they were well worth the time, although not the investment. But it's neither here nor there. Lindsay is worth both the time and the investment. So somebody save me! I'm drowning here.
So, how did she do in her booth?
She she actually made our table fee back.
Woohoo!
Woo! Seriously, no, I sold 2 books. Lindsay sold $100 worth of clothes.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean seriously, and this was her first time vending,
Yeah.
so now she's hooked.
Yeah.
But I've got to support the habit. Uh, sh- she's going to go off to the local um, secondhand stores, basically,
Mhm.
um, and buy more stuff to take to Hallowcon next year,
Wow.
which I have already reserved our
Cool.
room, our membership, everything. Well, no, not the hotel room because it's not time to do that yet.
Yeah.
But um, I have faith in Chris Walker because without Chris, I would not have gotten the same room that I fell in love with last year.
Mm.
And Lindsay goes, "Oh, this is a wonderful room. Oh, yes, 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 this is a fine room.
Beautiful.
Yeah. 144. That's mine. Don't claim it. Um,
Clear.
but still, um, and
We were gonna have one of the suites this year.
Yeah.
yes, and look, we missed y'all. We really did, but we understand why you couldn't have been there.
You of all people understand.
Well, yeah, I am privy to a lot of backstage information that a lot of people would go say, "What? No, no."
Mm.
I get told stuff off camera,
Uh,
and not
when
just by Bill going, "Hey, this is a great Green Hornet thing," and I'm going, Bill, I can't afford it. Please stop showing me these things that will ruin my retirement if I buy it now. No, no. Um,
No, we had a little issue. But Donna's back was so bad that she was in her bed screaming in pain, and the 8-hour car ride was not gonna do her. So we did not get to go.
yeah, it was bad enough just to go downtown to the courthouse to make my name legally. Motherfucker. I mean,
that was a rather
That's a strange
strenuous.
legal name there, Donna.
Yeah.
Well, no, no, no. It works out that way. I mean, you may laugh, but yes, it works out that way that sometimes people want to use the name they have been accustomed to using all their life, but has not been
sweet kitty.
legally registered as a name change. It's one of those things. It
Ironically,
happens.
after we came out, our lawyer told me the exact same thing in the exact same words that my lawyer told me 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
However your name is on the birth certificate, you can use it in any arrangement you want to as long as you don't use it to defraud anybody.
Yeah.
Mm,
The only reason I had to do this was in order to get a damn passport.
Mm-hmm.
well, passports are really neat things to have. Believe me. It's time for Lindsay and I to renew ours, even though we don't have any plans to travel back to the UK right now because, well, the first time we went back was for her dad's funeral. The second time was, hey, look, we got the passport. Let's go. We got the money. Let's just have fun. And we went to visit a lot of folks that we know from online
Mm.
over in the UK. And that's an amazing thing. It really is. And it's a really good thing. Um I'm going to have to stand up and walk around
That's okay. We understand.
Everybody, don't freak out because I'm going to be off camera, but my microphone is still live, so I'll be able to behave like my usual smart-ass self. All right,
All right.
Okay.
deal with it. And Kiri, clue Bill into how much of a smartass I can be. I mean, seriously. Carl and Donna already know. Green room. Yes, I started 24 hours early, but yes, green room.
I'm trying to catch up to you, so
That'll be the day.
I know you got a head start on me, boy, but I'm hitting the hard stuff.
I am on vacation this week. I go back to my regular daytime only shift Monday morning.
All right.
So I am through training little girls to try and do a good job when they,
as far as you know.
they already know everything. And I'm going,
Yeah.
did you know this? No? Okay. This is the easy way to do that. This is the company way to do that. And they go, oh, bugger.
Now,
And I'm
Dan,
going,
this is how it's going to be now, Dan. You've trained them in that and set them free to fly out of the bird's nest and that. But now they're going to say, Dan, we want you to be on the same shift that they're on so you can chaperone them to make sure they're doing their job properly.
I have.
This will only last until February of 2024.
Yeah.
I have already told everybody in management I will be gone. I will be no longer walking in the building as of February 7th, 2024.
Right.
And they're going, you serious? I mean, how we... I'm going,
serious.
If you have not learned from the last 45 years, when I say I'm gone, I'm on the bus, with ZZ Top, and we are going to Chicago. Let me tell you, waiting on the bus. Yep, Jesus just left Chicago, and I am right there going, you want a ham sandwich or the roast beef?
Ooh, that's a good question. Could Jesus have a ham sandwich? Because he was.
No, he would prefer the roast beef because it's got the
Well, I was just thinking on the
in the fridge. What it's got the horseradish. Yes.
Oh.
Yep. And Jesus likes horseradish.
Horsey sauce.
I love horseradish, so I can't imagine.
Oh yeah.
That.
Yep. And ham is kind of contraindicated.
I was going to say it was a forbidden food in many religions back in the day.
Really? And I'm going, dude, have you ever had bacon? And he goes, I'm not allowed. And I'm going, oh, okay. Pork chops are really out of it for you too, right?
Dan.
Yes, dear.
My dear friend, if you're talking to Jesus right now, I think you need to back off on either the medications or the drink.
Actually, no, I think he would understand me quite well and go, dude.
Dan, are you seeing Jesus right at the moment? Is he motioning to have you come near him, or
no?
Go to the light, Dan.
He just left Chicago and is headed for New Orleans. All right, everybody
It's
in Point South go. Wait a minute. Mm,
Dan.
okay, roast
Now,
beef sandwiches, not ham.
now you better
Okay,
warn
we'll
me.
do
That.
this.
If he left Chicago, is he on LSD?
Now, if you left Chicago,
That's his.
Well, he could be
business.
going south.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
on
it's his
LSD.
business, not mine. What drugs he does? I mean,
Donna,
seriously.
what?
Donna,
I
you
don't.
better, you
I
better
don't
warn,
keep track of anybody else's drugs. I don't even keep track of mine.
you better warn Nita Lanning if he's going that way.
I suppose, yeah.
Nita gonna have
It could be
fun.
Archer Avenue or
Yeah.
the Dan Ryan. Might be the Dan Ryan or the Ronald Reagan highway. You know.
As long as he doesn't take Lower Whacker, he's okay.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of people down on Lower Whacker probably need him right now, but
They probably need something.
just don't. Yeah, he doesn't. But he breezes right through the toll roads. He never stops. I think he's got one of those things. Laura's got one of those. It attaches to her windshield, and you don't have to stop for the tolls. I forget what they call them.
iPass.
iPass. Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Hey,
By the way, before we get too far out of it, I noticed that we had John Pica on Stupid O'Clock briefly, and I just posted or sent John Pica a bunch of stuff. He was talking about his ghost tours, and I told him, I said he needs to go. I did not realize that he did ghost tours in Chicago. He told me that he does. I thought he just did them around the Nashville area.
Yeah, you can.
And where he lived, because I didn't think they would let him out of Tennessee, but I'm not sure.
Apparently, he's off the ankle bracelet now.
I do believe.
The shock collar. Once you get over the invisible fence, But I posted a YouTube link in his comment after talking to him about Richard Crowe, and it was a 1989 where Richard Crowe went on Eddie Schwartz's radio show on WGN radio back in the day when Eddie did the late nights, and he would come on there every Halloween and they would talk about all the local haunts and Resurrection Mary, the hitchhiking ghost, and all that other stuff. And John told me that John says he does tours up in Chicago.
Oh.
And I did not know. I didn't know if you guys knew what John did. I know he does the little magic wheelie dealy thing, but
John does an awful lot of things, and he doesn't always self-promote everything. But believe me, if you get a chance to see John Pica perform anywhere, you're not going to be disappointed. He has one of the most amazing voices I've ever heard sing the national anthem. He is an absolutely fascinating stage magician, and he's Carl. Don't let me go there. But
okay. Don't go there, Dan. Don't go there. This is not the green.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Where's my time?
Tune in tomorrow night, and
then everything goes. Hey,
John's a nice guy.
Yep.
But he is.
But hey, I wanted to ask something.
Okay.
Kiri, what's the name of your
quickly?
I'm leaning
quickly, Carl. Quickly.
I'm leaning towards Yuffie as a name.
Yuffie. Okay.
Yuffie.
Cool.
EUFY?
Huh?
How do you spell that? EUFY, or how do you spell that?
YUFFEIE.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I thought you were saying
original.
UV like a UV light or what?
Nah.
Well, no, I was thinking of the character from Greek mythology who was the daughter of Agamemnon, I do believe.
Yeah, I think that
Uh,
was spelled Eufy. I think.
yes,
I'm not
yes, it
mistaken. That's
was.
why I
Yes,
was
it
thinking
was.
that too. But yeah, that's a sweet, calm kitty cat.
Yeah.
Unlike what we have.
Unlike what we have. Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
welcome
if the
to the
cat went all
danger
over the
zone.
yeah, if the cat
Yeah.
went all over the place, you could call him SUV.
She does go
But
all over the place.
Bill,
Too.
I'm serious. Don't do that.
that's Kerry's kind of jokes. He's probably going to write them down.
I know, but it's probably a Friday night thing that we need to do in the green room. I
Oh
mean, seriously,
my.
it wasn't dirty in the least, but the way you said it. Oh no, no.
I just like how Carl redirected the conversation. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Bill rarely says anything that is adult rated, but sometimes his tone of voice really leads you to the double entendre sort of spectrum that I personally enjoy a lot. But yeah, and no, the thing I was going to say about John Pica is he's a really nice guy.
Okay. Good.
He just
Redirect.
he just absolutely loves being the center of attention, which a lot of us
Abort.
do.
I can hear the lawyers
Excuse me,
calling
Bill.
now. I can hear the lawyers now.
Oh, come on. It's my show. Hey, I'm supposed to be the center of attention,
That's right.
except,
Let
you
Dan
know,
be the center. Go ahead.
Remember, this is being taped, Dan. That's
except
all I got
Donna,
to tell you.
except Donna's so beautiful, I can't be the center of attention for everybody because, I mean, hubba.
Well,
Seriously.
you're in the corner anyway, so.
Yeah, I usually wind up in the corner, in the booth in the back, in the dark.
I'm in the back
And
of the
that's
bus.
where we like it.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have so much fun this year with you and Lindsay drinking on the table, whatever. But next year will be even better.
Well, you know, everybody was going. They were very, very sorry that you and Donna weren't able to come, but they understood it was, Donna's health issue.
Yeah.
Her back was screaming at her.
Yeah.
So
yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, it was about a 26.
Yeah, I understand that really well.
And since Kiri couldn't be there, and I guess Rich couldn't be there, and Mike
Jimmy's going to be there next year.
Yeah.
Richard's going to be there next year.
Kiri's going to be there next year.
I'm going to be there
On
next year
Hallowcon?
if I have to bring my damn wheelchair.
Hey, excuse me, Donna, but Chris just asked you a question.
Oh.
I missed it.
Is right there, ma'am.
I don't understand what that is. Am I drunk?
No. He's asking why Donna isn't wearing her all this and brains too.
Okay, it finally sunk in.
Okay, yeah.
I don't like to brag.
Okay.
I'm a modest person. I almost said it with a straight face.
Bull fucking shit. Yes. Okay.
Donna's got a straight face. Do not adjust your set.
I was not sure where she was going with that. Wow. Okay.
I wasn't sure where she was going, but I'm willing to follow. Believe me. If you had seen my dreams this morning when I woke up and go,
Oh,
"It's your birthday," and I'm going, "Yeah, but that's not going to happen." Um,
oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Well, you and I are now the
uh,
same age for the next 25 days. Then I'll be older than you again.
I can deal with that. I can really deal with that. But the thing I cannot deal with is, oh, wait a minute, somebody just joined us. Who's this? Who's this?
Hey,
Okay,
John.
John.
I
Yes.
cannot believe that green screen is working that well with no lights.
Oh yeah, with no lights. That's good.
I like your
Well,
shiny chair.
Yeah, yeah. You got some artifacts, but that's pretty good with no light.
yeah, really, the chair is kind of squiggly, but everything else.
All those YouTube guys say, well, if you're going to use a green screen, you got to have lots of lights on it.
Well, normally,
No, you only got to have one. I mean,
I normally have 3 lights on this one. The room light, which is off right now, a spotlight I've got over here for that side, and then another spotlight I've got over here for this side.
Yeah.
But I got one 40-watt equivalent LED in a lamp over here,
Wow,
and my laptop screen. So
that's sweet.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm using. I think it is also a 40-watt equivalent LED. I used to have 2 of them, and I go, wait, that doesn't show flesh tone really well. So I stopped using the second one.
If I use
And
the
I,
overhead,
yeah, well, it's overhead because I'm not standing up, but um,
you go blind.
somebody
Well-
has a cat.
oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Uh,
John found something we were looking for. We didn't know we'd lost.
Oh,
We found Stupidville.
yes.
We sort of found Stupidville.
Florida.
I thought it was Steubenville,
Hey,
but no. If you want to call it Stupidville, I am not going to object.
Isn't that on the East Coast in Pennsylvania or something like that?
It's here in Tennessee.
Steubenville. Oh, Tennessee.
Yeah. It's,
Oh wow, yeah,
It's east of
Well,
Knoxville.
where else would you have stupid?
east of Knoxville. Okay, I'm probably from there.
Oops.
Carl, I'm wondering if it's a joke. Of course, they got the New York Times newspaper article.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that is the same area where Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary used to be, and now it's the Gordon County Municipal State Facility or whatever. Politically correct. We don't want to call our prisoners work for death slaves, and
Right.
And so
That
I'm
doesn't
wondering if-
sound like Tennessee at all. They're
Well, the rumor was
they are definitely the chain gang. Believe me.
the rumor was, according to the guy, who was supposedly starting this, he and his wife had split up, and one night he snuck back and he put a sign in her yard that said Nosyville, Nosy Valley or something.
Nosy
And
Valley.
She snuck into his yard one night and put a sign that said Stupidville. And so, that's kind of how that came about. And he was the mayor of Stupidville.
Yes.
It's a YouTube video. I linked it on.
It's in Stupid O'Clock as well. But
and having grown up in East Tennessee, I could see how that would be just one of those things that became viral.
Yeah.
And stayed and stuck. I mean,
do you know where Wartburg is?
yeah, hang on a second. I'm going to bring up a map here.
Yeah, I knew Dan or John would have.
I know where Batcave, Kentucky is.
I know where Batcave.
Yeah,
Tennessee
I drive by that on the way to the family reunion. I'm going,
Okay, there's Wartburg.
Alfred, you had one job.
give you an idea. There's Knoxville way over here.
Yes. Yeah.
There's Oh, wait a minute. Nashville's way over here.
Yeah.
There's Crossville. Let me see, where was it? Wartburg, right here off 27.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is
Okay.
this is the new 27. This is old Highway 27, which I believe is where it used to be, was somewhere in this area,
Okay.
north of this area.
Okay.
I believe the actual town and Nosy Valley are actually now part of New 27. I think they got rid of it and put in the new.
Oh no. Okay.
That may be why we can't find it.
Well, that works out. I mean, seriously, there's a lot of places in the Smoky Mountains that have very, very, shall we say, colloquial names that
But-
are.
Hey,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Carl.
Yeah.
I think that is the gas station,
Oh, I think you're right.
because that would have been the car garage, and then over here was where the two gas pumps were. And
Yeah.
then in the picture, it showed the lady standing behind the guy, and he was working on tire in the front door. That
Yep.
was where they took that picture right there. Of course, they've added asphalt and everything since then, but
Yeah. Well, and the thing was, the guy put out a sign that said Stupidville. Welcome to Stupidville, 187 population, whatever. And people started pulling off the road to see Stupidville.
right.
And he
As
made
you would.
the guy was raking in the dough.
Because everybody stopped and get gas.
Hey,
and-
yeah, yeah,
Well, he had the sign.
definitely.
He had the sign in front of his gas, if that was the gas station. He had the sign in front of his gas station, and people would stop to have their picture taken in front of the Stupidville sign.
Smart guy.
Yeah.
Well, there is a place in Athens that is now a McDonald's that was at the time the most radioactive place in the eastern U.S. that did not have atom bombs going off there like New Mexico.
Okay.
It was the site of the former, well, basically, it was people that were making the glow in the dark clocks.
Reagan girls.
Reagan girls, yeah.
Yep. And they tried cleaning it up, and that didn't work. They carted off hundreds of pounds of dirt that were left over when the building was demolished, and it was it became a gas station shortly. And I go, hey, this radioactive gas really works well in my car. It gives me an extra 50 miles per gallon, believe me. And now it is a McDonald's.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's how they make the McRibs.
They don't even have to cook the burgers. They just set them out.
They save money by making the
The McGlow in the dark ribs.
the McGlow in the dark biscuits, and they don't have to use a stove because all they do is set the dough out and it goes.
How do you grill these things? We just mash them into patties. They cook themselves.
Yeah.
You really, and it's one of those, and it's very, very near the mall that Athens used to have as its only mall. It's also very near the little bitty, what we call the Pink Mall, which had very weird painting, but it was
Lead paint.
No, it was pink, and there's jewelry stores. There's all kinds of things there.
Oh, that was probably, Dan, that was probably the pink. That was probably the asbestos insulation poking through.
Could be.
Well, it looked like concrete to me, but this is just one of those things. But
Pink Mall.
And then there was a nearby Best Buy, which has been now repurposed into being a what's the thrift store thing?
Goodwill?
Yeah, that's the one. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It got moved from across the street into it was a very, very huge strip mall, but it did really good business, but the rest of the strip mall went kind of downhill. There was one of the first ever um, Best Buys there,
Mhm.
and that kind of went. Oh, we're going to relocate. Well, they did,
Hmm.
and a lot of other things too. But you pulled up and you go, wait a minute, there's a McDonald's there. Oh, wait a minute, now it's a Starbucks.
Oh, wow.
That took 5 minutes. Excuse me, I like the solids.
You know your mall's dead when Best Buy and McDonald's move out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's, you might as well just tear it all down.
The whole thing, became a Starbucks. And I'm going. They had really good salad bar there. Now it's a Starbucks.
Mhm.
Oh yes, yeah. It's a great place to buy
Well,
$20 a cup coffee.
you
Yeah.
know how
Um,
opportunistic diseases work. So
I
Yeah.
know how
Speak,
opportunistic lots of things work, but
speaking of dead malls, Carl, do you and Donna go power walking at the Village Mall Cemetery?
no, we don't go there. We last time I went there, I went in the washroom to use the bathroom, and
Oh,
I decided I'm not going to this mall anymore.
were you accosted by some
No,
derelict or
it's filthy, filthy.
nope,
Like,
nope.
what?
When he came back out, it was a Starbucks.
The,
So
what the rest of you don't know that Carl and Donna and I do know about the Village Mall, back in the 70s, that was the place to be, whether
oh
you
yeah,
were kids or
absolutely.
adults, like this
Yeah.
time of year going Christmas shopping, everything else. Now, I don't know how many stores that are legitimate stores that are still there. I'm thinking the main business that really operates there is the movie theater complex, and there's not much to that. But the most traffic that you will see in the Village Mall during any time whatsoever is actually before the mall opens.
Mhm.
They will open the doors, but before any of the stores open, you have all these retired or senior citizen people or people who are working second shift and get up, and they're all power walking through the mall, and that, which of course during the wintertime would be a
Mhm.
very opportunistic, but they do it year round, and and you might see 30-40 people in
Oh
there
yeah,
then.
yeah.
Now after all the stores open and all that, they all scatter like mice. I mean, they disappear, and it's really, really sad. Part of the reason for this was several of the owners of the mall, Stunkel being one of them, really raking people over the coals that had opened up, whether they were the mom and pop businesses or whether they were businesses like Airway and Target and Elder Beerman and places like that. And then, of course, the mall was physically falling apart. The roofs, of course, flat roofs tend to leak and need to be kept up, and they weren't. I don't even know who owns it now. Do you, Carl?
I have no
No
idea.
Donna?
idea. Don't
well,
know, don't care.
I don't know.
there was something I responded to on Facebook today that was going, name something that if you said it today, people who are 20 to 30 years old would go, "What? No, I mean, what?" And
Yeah.
I'm going, "Okay, one
Orange
of the
Julius.
things one of the things that I remembered the best about when I was a child in the early days in Athens, Georgia, was going to the Sears store,
Yeah.
which no longer
Mm-hmm.
exists,
Mm.
but getting hot buttered mixed nuts from the confectionery
Oh
counter.
yes. Yes.
And you're walking around and you're just a kid and you're going, "Oh, I love these. Oh, that's a pecan, and that's wonderful at this temperature with butter on it and salt and
Mm.
oh yes, it was one of the best things about that particular store in that particular era.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things that has well, go to a Sears store today. They do not have a confectionery counter.
Well, if you can find a Sears, yeah.
Yeah.
If you can find a Sears, you're doing good.
Yeah.
But
There for a while, they still had a few of the catalog stores open up by Chicago, but I think they've even shut down. I know the J.C. Penney ones did, and but hey,
Yeah.
how about Dan? I don't know if you guys got Walgreens down there for
um,
your pharmacies. Remember
we
when the Walgreens had a counter and you got
Mm-hmm.
to eat food there?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
oh man, now it wasn't Walgreens, but no, there were and actually still may be some
Kreskies.
some of the old family owned
Oh,
drugstores
yeah.
that
Mhm.
still have a a
A
counter
fountain
where
counter,
you
yeah.
can go and
Mhm.
order um,
Um,
well, sandwiches, breakfast, that sort of thing. But they are family owned and they are way, way, way outside of being part of a chain. And they do incredible business because they are within walking distance of the University of Georgia.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
students will cross the road, go up to a few places downtown Athens that have not become, um, shall we say, bought out by a chain.
Yeah, genericized.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Exactly. There are a few places that there's a mellow mushroom. There is
Oh.
a a a, a gyro place. I mean, the
Mm.
if that's the correct way to pronounce the Greek sandwich sort of shop. There
Gyro.
is there is another place that was called the spaghetti store.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
that's all they served was different kinds of spaghetti and linguine and things like that. And they made a killing for almost 50 years. I don't
Mm.
know if they're still in existence. I hope they are. Um,
Now there was a chain called, wasn't it called the Spaghetti Company or something like that? That was, I know that was
Spaghetti
around here
Factory.
for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Spaghetti Factory.
may have been
Something like that. Yeah.
spaghetti factory.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
does sound like
Yeah.
something. Oh, there was one place that has gone out of business now, and it's very sad, but it was one of the five-star restaurants in the town. It was called Martell's, and it was one of the places if you were taking your prom date out for a an amazing experience and you had a credit card to pay for the meal um, because it took about a month's worth of pay to pay off this damn
I'll bet.
meal.
Yeah.
But they they had French Italian,
Mm.
and Spanish cuisine. No, not burritos, not chili in a bowl,
Right.
but real cuisine,
Right.
stuff that you would not be able to find in a fast food restaurant. And it was amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. The the waiters wore tuxedos. There
Mhm.
were no waitresses. It was all waiters. And
Mhm.
it's not because they were being sexist. It was because the clientele responded better to waiters than waitresses. And
Mhm.
they did everything they could in their power to stay in business. It lasted about
Hey,
50
Chris.
years.
Hello,
Oh,
everyone.
Chris, yes, yes. Um, John, can you pump Chris
Way
in?
ahead of
Oh,
you.
I'm sorry. Thank
Yeah.
you. I am off screen trying to
We know what
uh
you're doing. You don't have to say anything.
Happy
well,
birthday, Dan. I made
Good.
it
See the
just for
camera
you.
moving.
Remember when
thank
you had
you.
a choice as to which place to go for counter service? There was Walgreens, there was Kresge's,
Mm-hmm.
and
Did Woolworths do something
yes,
like that too?
Woolworths
Yeah.
has
Woolworths had one,
thank you.
Some of
Yes,
and had the lunch
some of
counter.
them did, some of them
J.G.
did.
Murphy's,
Lunch counter, yep.
Yeah. G.C. Murphy.
Zayre's, Kmart.
Yep.
and you could, and that was
Kmart. Yeah.
that was
Kmart had
Ooh.
a good one.
that was
Oh,
the
and don't.
first place that you could get cherry syrup in your Coke.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Well, you
Yeah,
made
okay.
suicide Cokes because you had the fountains up there, and you
Mm-hmm.
would make your own Coke.
No, you didn't serve yourself in these at the counters, not in these places.
They had someone to
There
do
is
that for
one
you.
place that is still surviving in Athens, and it is almost 70 years old.
Mm.
Hodgkin's Pharmacy
Mm.
Well,
has
we
a
used to have a place.
lunch counter and a soda fountain, as well as an ice cream fountain.
Yeah.
And this place is it's one of those legends of Athens, Georgia. If you go there and you have a bad time or get bad service, they will make it up to you as best they can,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what.
Well,
I
did
mean,
y'all ever
seriously.
have a place called Dunaway Drugs? Because we used to have one that had a counter.
Ooh.
Yep, it's very like that. I think there is a Dunaway, but it's much younger than the Hodgkins. Now, this place,
Ours went out of business or got bought out.
Oh man.
this place has been a staple of Athens life, not nightlife, but day
Mm-hmm.
life
Mm-hmm.
for over 60 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were here when I got here, and I'm just tonight turning 65, and I was about 10 when I actually arrived in Athens, and I'm going, why does the first pedestrian church have a parking lot? No, it's because I'm dyslexic and pedestrian was not the word. Yes, Gary. You're not on drugs. I said that correctly. But no, for the first 10 years of my life in Athens, I'm going, why does the first pedestrian church have a parking lot? You're supposed to walk up, right? No, it's Presbyterian. That's the way the word is actually spelled. Thank you, Daniel. You're extreme handicap has become comedy gold,
I used
but
to,
still,
I used to go to the rock climbing store, Rock Creek Outfitters, and go in there, and they had the kayaks and all the mountaineering gear and stuff like that. But they had handicap parking spaces,
Yeah.
and I'm like, if you can kayak and rock climb, what do you need a handicap parking space for? I mean, it's
convenience.
You'd be surprised though
Yeah.
how many people do extreme sports who are handicapped.
And many
It's
of
like-
them,
Many of them
I
do
would not-
extreme sports because they are handicapped.
well,
well,
and
the
some of
thing
them
is,
became handicapped doing those extreme sports.
Yeah.
I've known. a couple-
Okay. Well,
No,
if you're
let's
doing that,
let's
you're
not
not
talk about
handicapped.
Joe
You're
Dog
handicapped.
here.
I was drinking.
Handy-
And
Joe's like, why did we get banned again? What? Oh, hi,
sorry.
Brian. Brian,
sorry.
what are you doing here? What do you mean where you're at? And we,
no, I had a guy I worked with who used a wheelchair, but he would go out deer hunting all the time.
Oh,
And I was like, "How do you handle the recoil of the gun?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm used to it."
Welcome to Facebook jail. Okay, there we go.
we're on the same side of the bars as Brian K. Morris now.
there was a group in Michigan that took people hunting who were blind.
Oh,
And a comedian pointed out, how do you walk through the woods with a blind person with a 30-06 and not sound like a squirrel or a deer? How do you keep being a host and not a victim in this situation? People took offense at that for some
Now, to
strange
be fair,
reason.
I've actually helped with one of those. With the veterans used to have a handicap.
Oh yeah.
And there was actually this one guy. He was legally blind,
But still had some sort
but
of.
he could take the scope on his rifle, and you can adjust the optics on the back of the scope.
You
He
sure
could
can.
adjust it down to where he could see fairly clearly,
yep.
and that was that easy.
Well,
He still didn't hit anything, but that's
the comedian was pointing out, how do you walk through the woods and not sound like a squirrel? I'm going, dude, walk behind them when they have a gun. It's that simple.
Duh. Yeah.
nope. Point that direction. Keep going. Okay.
I guess that wasn't funny though, so he couldn't use that.
Hey, well, it was the 70s, so well, no, it was the 90s actually, but still, the point is the same.
Yeah.
There are many people who have visual or other handicaps that would love to participate in the same kind of thing they grew up with as children,
Exactly.
and the same sports. So being able to accommodate them is not only charitable, but actually vital to their health.
Oh yeah.
Because, these people grew up walking in the woods with their parents and grew up being able to hunt, and then, through no fault of their own, they became handicapped. Usually through, as John said, being a veteran and being horribly injured in the performance of their duty. So you cannot fault them for wanting to get back into the thing that gave them a connection to their childhood.
That's why I love the Chicago Marathon so much, because they are they're truly inclusive, where a lot of people say they're inclusive about things and they're really not.
Right.
They're more segregated as far as keeping people in wheelchairs out of the same marathon as people who are running and that. But the Chicago Marathon, when you go there and there's 30,000, 40,000 people that are in this marathon, I mean, they're everything. They're, and they group them all together, and it doesn't matter. And somebody from Kenya is going to win the marathon like they do every year, but you're going to see the same ones in the wheelchairs and everything else, all part of the same group. And they're not keeping them separated in a different category or something. They're all together. They're all, they all got the numbers on the backs and everything else, and whoever wins. And for the most part of it, it isn't about, am I going to beat this guy this year or whatever? It's about finishing the race, because that to them is the winning of it, and not, beating.
It's about, how can I do my best?
Right.
My best.
Absolutely.
It's not about who wins, who loses, because nobody loses. But how can I do my best? How can I participate and do something I love to do, even though I have a handicap? And there are ways to do that. There are places that are very welcoming that do that. And then there are the very, very few where only the elite can participate. And, those are the ones that nobody gives a flying flip about.
Yeah.
And nobody ever hears about, and they're not shown on the news. It's
I'm
the
proud of
ones
you,
that
Dave.
include people. Oh, thank you, Chris.
Well,
I mean,
and I've
seriously.
heard people say, "Hey, you shouldn't allow these ones who have been winning the last 20 years in the same marathon." But if you're going to truly be inclusive, you need to allow any and all. It's as simple as that. And yes, if the guy from Kenya wins every year, then he wins because he won on his own accord, because he is that talented or athletic or whatever. If somebody else does, then they won on their own accord.
He's that used to running for a cheeseburger, let me tell you.
Well, or we can go down a slippery slope on that one. But, regardless of what Dan says, this is not the green room.
Yeah, stop, Bill.
Yeah, let's.
Wow.
I'm only drinking. I'm only drinking this.
Okay.
I'm not drinking this.
Okay.
Dan may be, but I'm not.
I'm drinking this. So.
And you passed them right by.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try and get back on the path.
I'm thinking of all these old Jerry Clower jokes from the 70s and that. I'm like, nope, ain't going there. I love it. I'll laugh my head off and probably piss my pants from thinking it's so funny, but I'm not going to repeat it.
Okay.
Other than knock them down, knock them out, John, knock them out. But,
please, somebody shoot in here amongst us. I need some relief. Yep, that Jerry Clower is one of those folks.
My God. I love
believe me, as much as I love to pretend that I am the next generation of Johnny Carson, I'm not. I am basically the product of my upbringing, and that includes Porter Wagner and a lot of other folks that were on the other channels beyond the ability to be picked up by the same antenna that watched Ted Mack and oh God, what's the really famous one?
Are you thinking Ed Sullivan?
Ed Sullivan. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was looking
Read your
for.
mind there, Dan.
I think that's all us old folks here.
Well,
Yep.
you see what I share in Uncle Carl's secret humor group is all the old hee-haw stuff. And I mean, what was the other night? I did a video of, what was it, like 7 or 8 minutes long of where are you up to, of all the different ones. And I swear to God, that was Dolly Parton on the last and not Goober. But then you turned around and it was Goober. But no, the Jerry Clower now, and somebody else that I share in the secret humor group from time and time again is that James Gregory. And James Gregory reminds me so much of Jerry Clower, his type of humor.
Yep.
I love it. I love it.
It's
maybe not quite the same, but pretty close.
Well, no, it's a different oh God, I don't want to call it ethnic because it is universal. It's a different
type of
demographic.
stylized?
Demographic, I think, is what I was trying to say. But still, it's there is humor that is absolutely universal, despite age, but despite the era you grew up with. I mean, seriously, is there anybody that does not find
Rich?
Rich.
Hey, Rich. Oh, Rich, please. Yeah, I mean, seriously.
Well, look at Rickles. I mean, Rickles offended
Don Rickles.
Everybody, and everybody loved it. I mean, it's like if he didn't make fun of you, you would have truly been offended.
No. If Don Rickles didn't make fun of you, you did not make it.
Yeah.
I mean,
of course,
seriously.
yeah.
I mean, Don Rickles.
But I mean, as somebody sitting in the audience or whatever, and if he pulled you out, and it was always ethnicity, race or whatever, with and him being on Tonight Show and going on with Frank Sinatra, and how he was carrying on, thinking, he's going to have the mob rub me out because I'm making fun of Frank Sinatra. But it just got better and better and better as he went on with it.
Oh yeah.
Let me see if I can find Rich on here.
Yeah.
It's
Richie.
My
He's like a dog.
Richie.
Excuse me. I poured half a bottle of rum on my Bluetooth keyboard.
Do you want me to send it to him, Dan?
Oh yes, please, because it's going to take me a minute to find it.
Yeah, no, that's no problem.
And seriously,
give me a second.
Rich deserves to be in here just as much as everybody else because he is part of this family, and that's the thing.
Plus, it's still not midnight there at the Central Time Zone, so it's still your birthday.
It's still your birthday.
Okay. Rich
I sent you the link, Rich.
I was backstage before I said howdy on YouTube.
I type in the word Rich, and I almost, instead of Rich sending it to you, I almost sent the link to Rich Cause, Sven Gulli. How would have that been if we had Sven Gulli come in on the show tonight?
Wild.
Or we would have Big and Rich.
No,
I'm not friends with them, but I am with Rich Cause.
So how did
I got the right one in here, though.
The rehearsal went fine. The wedding's tomorrow.
Good. Sorry.
My niece gave me this.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey, Hey, Rich.
Yes.
If you want to hear about how my history of being an officiant at weddings goes, ask Donna.
Oh, fuck. Donna is laughing evilly. This
Yeah.
is not going to end well.
I'm gonna let Donna tell the story. Go ahead, dear.
Okay.
I
So,
think the dog's telling the story.
friend of mine, friend of ours, was going to get married. They wanted it was a Doctor Who
Yeah.
wedding.
Mm.
So we're
Of course, I do weird stuff. So yeah, go ahead.
we're fixing this up. Her fiance finds out that this other woman is coming to the wedding alone because
Other woman? Oh, dear.
she's broken up with her boyfriend, and her fiance left him to move to Florida to try to get together with this woman, which ironically it didn't work out because this woman didn't like him.
That's wedding number 1 I was going to do.
And so that was canceled. And then my goddaughter was going to get married. And she didn't want to, she said, a normal wedding. I don't want anything funky like you do, just a normal wedding.
There you go.
And I said, Uncle Carl can do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
When you
Carl
wanna
can
do
be
it.
normal?
When you want
Okay,
it.
okay. Cognitive dissonance. No.
When
Sorry.
you want it.
For short periods, I can be normal.
This was like, I think, February or March, and she said, we're going to do it in July. And I said, cool. I think they're still living together, but they called off the wedding.
There's number 2.
Was there a third one?
Oh yeah, Lori's son was going to get married to that woman that Lori hated.
Oh, yeah.
And then that failed. So I am 0 for 3 on the weddings. So
we tell each other, if you really don't want to get married,
hire me
for your wedding.
Yeah.
So the first wedding that I officiated was for my son. And it was a blast because my son and my daughter-in-law let me be as big of a smartass as I wanted to be right in the ceremony.
Oh,
there's some sweet moments. There's some, not so sweet moments. So at one point in time, I look at them and I'm like, Zach and Courtney, I don't know of two people who deserve to be together, more than you two. And then I look at Zach and I'm like, except for me and your mom. And I let that pause for a moment. And then I'm like, for those that aren't aware, I am the father of the groom. The minister did not just make a your mom joke.
But still.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I loved it. I'm like, this is just perfect. I'm like, what I'm submitting to them had that part cut out so that they could see pretty much how the entire thing would go. And I'm like, I'm leaving a couple surprises for the day of. So,
you are one of the most dangerous people that I am proud to know. And the other three are here, but
You must be talking about you guys, because
yeah,
I'm not dangerous.
You're so sweet.
I almost kept a straight face on that one too.
Really, butter wouldn't melt in your mouth, my dear. But
question is, which three of us is the most dangerous in the group?
You're one.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I mean, seriously.
Look away.
And Bill's pretty fucking safe, but everybody else is okay. John and Carl are the other three. Excuse me, they can get up to some stuff that I will go. Or do you really want to go there? And
John and I are the other three.
I heard
Well-
that.
Thinking,
Excuse me.
these are not the assholes you're looking for.
I usually
John
am the
and-
asshole people are looking for.
John and Kiri and you are the other three.
Okay.
I'm going. I never know what you're going to say, and quite frankly, I don't care because it's always going to be entertaining. But then
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I can never show these videos to my mother, even though my mother is probably more evil than all of you combined.
Until somebody teaches her how to use YouTube.
Hey,
Different
she's
kind.
70,
I find your
she's
channel.
70-something years
For
old,
Thanksgiving.
and she goes, "Oh, like I have any fucks left to give? No, mom, please, stop there, please, mom, stop before anybody finds out." No, and you wonder where I get it from? No, no. Me being a nice guy is from my dad. Me being a smart ass, that's mom.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, now we know. Now we know.
Oh,
All I
Lord.
know is that every time Rich puts that headpiece on, I want to call him Asplung the Horrible. And I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name because I'm a little tired.
No. It's asterisk.
Plunged.
You
I think
can
I
get
said
it.
plunged. I don't know what I said.
Well, here's the thing. I usually use my first initial, my last name, and JR for my sign-ons for 18 million different things because, well, Richard Asplund Jr. just makes sense. And people that aren't paying attention that I'm a junior just say S-Plunger.
Oh,
Excuse me. I mean, seriously. Excuse me.
I have the same first name as my father, but he wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to be a junior because my first name is John. And growing up in the 70s, I would have been forever known as John Boy
yeah.
and did not want that to happen.
Bill, it just happened.
Yeah.
And then when people use one of the shortened flavors of my name, it becomes Dick
Flavors. I
Aspluncher.
like that.
What was that, Rich?
When people use certain shortened versions of my name, then it becomes Dick Aspluncher.
Okay. Well,
And my wife was wondering why I was so sensitive about what we were going to name our youngest. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, Aurora, nope, because little kids, R's and W's, I'm not letting my kid be called Ahura. You know,
Yeah.
Hey, I understand.
Your firstborn was named Bob. And
Actually-
hopefully your secondborn was not named Neil. Okay?
if Crow would have been a boy, they would have been Richard III.
Oh, bugger. That's a curse.
Yeah.
Richard III. Oh,
Yeah.
Shakespeare
No.
wrote.
We
all
would have called
kinds
him
of
Trey for
things
short.
in it.
Well, he does have one of those opera helmets on, so
They
Well,
can
kind of go together.
So
Wrong opera.
And you know, Crow is amazing. She is absolutely amazing. Or they are absolutely amazing. Excuse the correction. I'm still trying to learn.
And he's drunk.
I was going to say, and you're also half in the bag.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm being polite.
F.
You're,
Seen the bag?
you're 99% in the bag.
Yeah.
You've seen the bag? He's really into the bag.
And I've ripped a hole in the bottom and are slowly pouring out the bottom.
Well,
Is that like a Wendy's biggie bag or?
No, it's a leather.
No, no.
It's a nice leather pouch that the bottle came into.
But he's really into it. So.
But Rich, I can understand your naming thing. My older brothers were Dale Curtis and David Cecil. Just happened to be DC. When they got me, they insisted that my initials had to be DC also. And my mother flirted with the idea of, she loved the name Dawn. I hate it. I'm glad she didn't use it. K, spelled CAE. Fortunately, my mom stops to think of things and says things out loud. Say Dawn K fast.
Yep.
Oh dear.
I can't help but comment. I can't help but comment, Rich, with your Viking helmet on. You may as well just be a rich ass plunder. And just plundering the high seas for all the booty.
I did find out that Vikings never did wear helmets with horns on them. Though. They wore what were they, Donna? I know you know what were they made out of? And they
actually it would have been very similar to this with a nose piece coming down. And possibly ear guards. But they also did scavenge a lot in a lot of other countries. Was
it iron or something? It was something that actually kind of corroded and
it was bronze.
Disintegrated over years.
It was bronze.
It would have been bronze.
Iron, steel, bronze.
Play-Doh. They made out of Play-Doh.
But you know why?
Play-Doh.
I'm serious. Kiri.
You know
I thought he said Cheerios.
You know why they did not wear horns?
Kiri's got a new name, Cheerios.
You just made my Christmas card list with that comment right there. and I don't know if Lindsay's going to be sending out Christmas cards, but if she doesn't, dude, you are awesome. I mean, seriously. Talk about smart-ass remarks. You hit the mark every syllable.
Wow.
And as George Costanza from Seinfeld would say, "Good night, everybody."
Yeah, well, George can go and get himself.
It's getting late early, and
oh wow!
I don't know where it started that they had horns on their helmets, but when you take
it was the 1960s, 70s Lee Majors film, I believe.
Oh yes, yes.
The one with Richard Widmark.
I watched episode.
That was not period accurate, although the movie made it seem like
it was just popular. Yeah. And there was an episode, Donna, of Pawn Stars, and I thought of you when I saw this because a guy came in. He had some Viking gold, and he had this part of a bracelet and a couple different pieces that supposedly was from a collection of a friend of his over in the UK. And the friend owed him some money and ended up giving him this stuff. And so he took it in, for the idiots at the pawn shop there to see if they could go ahead and if they wanted to buy it. And of course, they called in one of their experts, and he was explaining a lot of that. Of what survived and what didn't, and he also made the mention of the horn urban legend type thing and what they actually wore and and I guess if there were ever any pieces of a helmet or anything that would have survived, it would be worth a ton of money these days. A ton.
There have been pieces survived, and they're where they belong in museums. I don't know
Yeah.
what this guy was
Right.
doing with a private collection. That's a
Yeah.
little bit illegal.
Yeah.
Well, this was just like the bracelets, and that he didn't have any helmet or anything or pieces of
Bracelets,
that.
it doesn't matter. Those come out of a burial mound, and he should not have had a. But no, you don't have horns on your helmet because somebody goes to hit you with a sword, they can get caught in there.
Right. Go right through your skull.
No,
Well,
it would get stuck in there.
And they take your helmet from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Thank you.
and leave
or be able to control you
leave
if
your head defenseless. Yes.
yeah.
Um.
The horns would get caught in the rigging if you're wearing them on the boat. You know.
Mhm. That's another good point. Thank you, Rich.
I've got a
That's
question
another good
about
point.
Pawn Stars.
You might run into a field full of amorous cows.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that wouldn't.
Carl, I have an answer about Pawn
I
Stars.
think we're about broke down.
Okay.
They're full of shit.
Well, they were in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, what I'm wondering is, okay, people go to Vegas, they lose money a lot of time.
Mhm.
Okay, some people win money. What do? Run over to the pawn shop and buy some of this crap that they were buying? I mean, they've got
Oh
to
no! They lose money and go, I've got Uncle Edward's stuff here.
Yeah.
Can I
Almo-
sell it? And they
Yeah,
go,
But the
I can only give you $20. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
the best I can do is $20.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they have to resell that stuff to some other poor schmuck later.
Yeah.
For
I love-
10,000 or so.
I
Yeah.
love how they somebody brought in a bunch of rock posters, and one of them was old Johnny Cash and June Carter and a bunch of different, and they had autographs on it, and these posters were immaculate. And the ones that were going for less money was like the Jefferson airplane posters and stuff, that there was a ton of them out there.
Did not have
But the
autographs.
Stevie Ray Vaughan and the Johnny and June Carter Cash one, and that was immaculate. And when they had the expert come in, and he just wetting his pants over just the sight of all this stuff. He's loving it so much. And the guy who's owning all
give
these,
you $20. Yeah.
yeah. Well, they said, well, okay, now I know that it's worth a lot more than what I was asking. I'm going to ask more. And then Rick says, oh, well, yeah, but I can only offer you this because we're going to have to pay a lot of money to reframe it and all, and I would love to be the person saying, not my problem. But every one of those, almost every episode where somebody gets some money, and usually they get shanked by Rick and his family. What do they say they're doing? Oh, well, yeah, I didn't get what I wanted, but hey, I got some money and I'm going to go gamble now.
Did you see the episode?
John had something to say. John
There's
had
only
something to say.
one answer to that.
Okay, John, I
is-
tried.
Go, John.
I'm going back to someplace
Hey.
besides Vegas and sell this to somebody that's not a cheat.
Vegas is a big town. It's getting bigger. It's gotten bigger in the time I said it's a big town. And it's just like any other big town. They got pawn shops all over the damn place.
Yeah, I guess.
On your car title and get married
Shoot,
by
we got
Elvis.
3 or 4 here in Danville. No bigger than it is.
Yeah.
But Bill, did you
Man.
see the episode back when the old man was still on there? And he asked the dumb kid to clean out this one room, and he says, "I'll tell you what, there's pickle barrels in there that's full of pennies. You can keep all those." And he had forgotten that in this one trunk, this kid came out with like 20 or 30 pickle barrels. 5-gallon pickle barrels filled with pennies, and the old man's like, like, and he says, like, nope, You told him he could keep them.
You should have cleaned your own room. Yeah.
See, the episodes that I'm watching,
You made the rules. You gotta live
Pawn,
by them.
Pawn Stars and American Pickers and Forged in Fire and all these shows I'm watching are on this. It's called the Defy channel, DEFY. And of course, I pick it up over the air because I'm too cheap to pay for, or I'm too smart to pay for cable now. But anyway, so all of them still have the old man on there. I know he passed away. And like all the episodes of American Pickers still have Frank Fritz on there. And I know, he's an alcoholic, and then he had that stroke afterwards. And
excuse me,
Robbie, yes, yeah.
The alcoholic, excuse me, is that
Terry's going to take over your show, Dan, after because you're an alcoholic. It's going to be last Kerry standing. But no, it was really sad because they kind of booted him off because Frank went into rehab, and then Mike's older brother Robbie started being a regular on the show as opposed to semi-regular, and then he was going around with him, and then it wasn't like even a week after they said about Frank going into rehab for his alcoholism that he had that stroke, and which kind of, I don't say final nail in the coffin, but it's going to be a while before he gets out of that coffin, if he does at all. I mean, after that, he may not be on that show again, depending on how bad of a stroke it is, of course.
Well, there's one thing I would like to say, that
Just one?
At a time.
Say two things. They're small.
Persimmon.
honey, you don't want me to say more than one. Believe me.
It's gonna
Iron
take
persimmon?
5 minutes to say the one thing.
I know. Donna is good at that. You're on a path, and she knocks you off the path, and you're like, "What the fuck? Oh, okay. Where was I going on with this?" There's one thing I wanted to say, and that is, go Dan.
Yes.
Go Dan.
If anything happens to me, and I have to turn over last man standing to anybody, Chris would be highly upset to be able to do it, although he would be very respectful, and I would go, no, sorry.
It would depend on the time.
Well, if I'm dead, damn it, pick your own damn time.
Wow. Okay.
But seriously,
Call the Stupid O'Clock pre-show and have it on before Stupid O'Clock.
Nah.
Oh no, you'd still be working though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm too much of a night owl.
Rich would probably be the best replacement for me possible in the, I'm a smartass, but I'm a good smartass, but no, I'm a really, really, really good smartass. And other than that, I'd have to leave it to Donna. And I'm going, honey, you really don't want this schedule, but seriously, if anything ever happens to me, I want y'all to share it equally.
Okay.
No problem.
And that doesn't include Joe Dog.
What are you talking about? Joe Dog can't stay up this damn late.
That is exactly why. Joe Dog cannot stay up late. But really,
but he'll wake up and pop in, but then he'll go back to bed.
If he thinks I've gone to sleep in the middle of a freaking 17-hour broadcast. Yeah.
It's pretty hard to
You
host
know.
Joe part time. Oh,
Say-
you guys talk for a while, and
Oh,
I'll be back.
can anybody
Yeah.
hold Dodo to part time?
Cool.
That's okay. That's John's job. No, that's Chris's job. Oh no, that's
Donna's
Donna's
job.
job. Yes.
Just get Brian K.
And-
Morris. He isn't doing nothing these days.
Oh, believe me.
He needs another show,
Yeah, another.
a late night one
Well,
too.
he had like
at that.
5, and then he gave 3 of them away, and then he added another 2, and that I've lost count.
Yep.
He's gambling. He's gambling his shows away,
I
and
predicted this. See, I predicted this when he gave away the one show. I said he's going to start 2 more.
He's going to start 5 more,
Well, probably.
and he did.
Yeah.
But okay.
These people
Nick
miss out so
Talker-
much when they don't watch this show.
Nick Talker could probably be as absolutely random as I tend to be, but
I'm close.
Nick's got kids, so he can't do everything
Yes.
on the schedule that I do.
Carl,
I'm
which
going-
one is
And with
John
his meds,
Pike
he
going to get?
can't stay up that late to begin with. He has issues trying to stay up this late.
I'm going.
So unless he's got insomnia or something's kept him up late, he's usually not.
Well,
But when
I'm
he is,
going-
it's a great show.
I'm going Rich with Kiri as a co-host, and I'm going. This will frickin' work.
I'm
When
not
I
sure the world
die.
is ready for that.
That's the point, dude. That's the point. The world is not ready for you and Kiri to go. Hello. We're
Welcome to the
live."
Punageddon.
Hey,
Okay,
Actually, man, we
okay.
need to-
If you can't get Nick Talker to do it, I know of somebody who has
No,
just as
no,
much
no.
energy,
Nick,
just
Nick
as much
has-
energy as
Nick
Nick.
Nick has too many responsibilities. I
Yeah.
trust Rich. I trust Kiri. I trust Carl and Donna to be absolutely frequent guests.
Because
I
they're the ones
trust-
with irresponsibilities.
I think
that's right.
I trust Chris to go. I'll be here when I'm off from work. Damn it! And and John will sit there and go, "What am I? Chopped liver?"
I'll be dead because I'm dying before you, Dan. So I've already planned that out. But I vote for Ryan Persimmon.
Oh hell no!
Right.
can't
Him,
say
him
that.
and you get him and Nick Talkert in the same room together. That's like matter and antimatter. I mean, they would
No,
blow up the planet.
No.
Ryan
Ryan
is
can't
too-
stay up this late.
No,
Ryan is
that's a
too
daytime
young
show.
and innocent.
They're too nice. They'll be too innocent. They'll be like, "Oh, dang it!" And no.
Oh, so you want like an odd couple?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
I-
Kiri.
Now.
You need a Felix
couple
and an
of odds.
Oscar. So
I want someone that will go, "Are you fucking kidding me?" and mean it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what Rich
If I
I
do
would
it,
do that
I
after
get
all.
away. And
and
I
and-
do it anyway.
Yeah.
I swear.
Well, let's
I mean,
hope that we don't
seriously.
find out anytime
Um,
soon. Let's hope that this doesn't happen anytime soon, Dan. But
Yeah.
it's good to have a plan. And
Okay.
and it's
well,
officially recorded now. So
I'm
Rich, you
saying
can have a-
sometime in the
because I have a
sometime in
coworker-
the
Oh, okay, go ahead.
2050s this will come about.
okay.
But
Okay.
Okay,
Oh.
so
I had a
Rich is
coworker.
Yeah, we
I had
still
a
got plenty of
coworker
music to
pass
talk
away
about.
recently. I had a coworker pass away recently, and He's slightly younger than me, but and I was posting on the humor group, and I said, I love you guys. I just want you to know it before I go, just in case, because life is short, and you should tell people this. And everybody was like, "Oh my God, what's wrong? you have cancer or something? What?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just letting you know now, folks."
Yeah.
I'm sleepy. God damn it! Let me go to bed.
I'm just like, I
yeah.
want to let you know now, and continue on the humor group. Keep it going if I go. And they were like, "Oh my God, what's wrong with you?" And I had several people PM me going, "Is everything okay? Is everything okay?" I'm like, yes, it's okay. It's fine.
I knew what you were getting at.
Yeah.
That's as bad as when I.
It is actually a good idea to have a plan for the future.
Because otherwise, your poor spouse or whoever has to pick up the pieces, and we all know how hard that is from various experiences we've had.
Yes.
It's not
I
easy.
want to leave as few pieces for Lindsay to have to pick up as possible, because she's going to want to do everything I did, and it's not her wheelhouse. She's not going to feel comfortable being as free flowing and welcoming. Yep. She's not going to want to go, "Oh, it's 7 a.m. and I've been broadcasting for 16 hours. Shut the fuck up, Carl. We got Lindsay's not going to do that. Lindsay's not going to do that.
Really.
She's too much of a sweetheart.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Before
you
the
know
clock
her.
strikes
You
here.
really know her. You really
Carl.
know her.
I can just see this now. Viewers, in the chat be going, "Well, oh man, I miss when Dan used to tell Carl to shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
Before the clock strikes here,
I'm waiting for somebody to watch the rerun of tonight's show and not watch all of it and saying, "What's wrong with Dan? He's talking about February of 2024, and when I came back into the room, he's talking about somebody replacing him. And has he got health problems? Or
that's what'll happen. Yeah,
every once in a while, he was off camera.
Yeah.
You see this?
2 and 2 make 5.
There is a bottle that is being poured right now.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And it has only 2 ounces in it. Because last night I learned that 94 proof Kraken is not a good idea for me because I turn into an asshole.
Well,
the important thing is, Dan, we got to share the bourbon.
Long as you have Depends undergarment large enough, you're just fine.
Dan,
and at Hallowcon, I had everything set up. 96 proof Statesman was there.
Yep.
And we got, I mean, seriously, Chris can testify. We got seriously shit-faced.
Yep. Not as much as Joe got the previous year, though. I don't think that'll ever be topped.
Hey! If you ever want to call me out on any, you've been too drunk, Dan. You should go to a Star Trek meme, and it would be Ooby Dooby.
All right.
Yeah. Carl, what you was saying a little while ago about your post and how everybody was reacting, that was my first thought as well until I started reading comments.
Oh.
And, you know, last month, I'm watching, as I do every Saturday night before stupid o'clock, I watch Svengoolie, and I see him get on there saying, hey, get on the new Svengoolie mobile app and do your little thing to where you can audition for the spawn of Svengoolie.
Oh.
And I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Is he retiring? Is he, you know? And so I'm messaging him on there, Rich, what? Are you retiring? Or is there something wrong? Do you have health problems or what? And he's like, no. And apparently he got like
I bet
several thousand other people doing the same thing, saying, what's going on? Why are you not going to be on any, you know, because, you know, he was actually the replacement for Jerry G. Bishop back in the 70s or 79 or whatever, I think is when he took over. So, but he said, no. He said, this is just for a new character that's going to be on his show. And he's by all means not going to retire. He's not dying of lung cancer or anything like that. And, you know,
that's what I told them at work too, just before I left. I'm not going to retire anytime soon. And then I had my evaluation. I had my work evaluation, and they said, you're going to have to do this, this, and this. And I said, okay. And after they left, I said, okay, fill out the rest of the paperwork. I'm gone.
Well, that's like I had my niece come over because I had some things of my mom's that I thought she'd be interested in. And she comes over and I said, you know, this is from Grammy. Would you like to have it? And by the way, we made you as executor of our wills. And she's teared up. I mean, she actually had tears in her eyes and like, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? Like,
yeah, she looks at both of us like, are you guys okay?
It's called being prepared. And by the way, you're only 8 years younger than I am. You need to be prepared too.
John, you do realize that today is also Godzilla's birthday. Mr. Google.
Godzilla!
Go Godzilla.
Dan's younger than Godzilla.
Only by 4 years, yes. But I'm twice as dangerous.
Oh, honey, that doesn't scare me in the least.
Yeah, I know, but
hey, Dan. Dan.
Yes, dear.
You should save that Kraken that you said, you know, was the superpower Kraken. You should save that for tomorrow night. That makes you an asshole, because that's what we need tomorrow night.
is me being shit-faced drunk on the green room?
Oh, yeah.
Dan will be wisecracking all night long.
Fine.
He usually is anyway, so.
I'm picturing Dan in a wide-brimmed hat, a domino mask, and a cloak. Let's get dangerous. Dan Hollifield is Darkwing Duck.
And somewhere in the background, there is the third movement from, oh, bugger. Okay.
Talk around it. What is it from?
Third movement from Displaced Detective Suite?
No, it's the third movement from the classical piece that became the iconic Lone Ranger.
Oh, William Tell Overture.
William Tell Overture. Yes,
See?
the third movement.
Yeah,
and that's
I thought he was talking about bowel movements there for a minute.
No, that's by Rossini, isn't it?
Yes.
Bowel movements. Oh,
No,
For 3 a day, that means that
okay.
you're getting plenty of
Never
roughage.
mind.
I'm sure. Before we start any rumors, I'm sure.
Excuse me, Bill. But go take a shit before you say anything else.
Dan had a third bowel movement
I'm sure
while
Lord Stanley
listening to.
had normal
Jesus.
bowel movements.
I mean,
Now,
Don't start
seriously.
rumors.
Here we go. Here we go.
I want to know if he left a silver bullet behind or what he left behind. Or maybe I don't want to know. I don't know.
John, I know you're looking it up.
Dan had his third bowl of super colon below this morning.
I think John had a stroke.
No. John had a stroke of genius because, John is fucking.
Oh my God.
Hey, John. Just wanted to thank you for all the work you did this weekend at Hallowcon. I appreciate you.
People keep thanking me.
Hallowcon again.
I know, honey. It's okay. It's okay.
It's all
Hey,
right. It's all
But the
right.
next time you go, not only will you have Dan, you'll have Mike, Jimmy, and me, and possibly Nick.
Ooh, cool.
Oh fuck! The universe is not going to survive that combination.
Since Mike Jimmy's trying to make his way over, Nick is really interested in wanting to go.
And if Brian comes down and Johnny comes down, there will be nobody broadcasting except poor Willow.
Oh dear God.
There will be no broadcast.
Seriously.
I'll get Ryan and John on it. Now, with 10 minutes
It'll
left,
be the fat man and little boy of ego.
I still have not heard what movies Joe Dog showed during Hallowcon. Didn't he show like a whole bunch of horror movies or something?
He did, but the problem is the computer they had set up to run them. He did like 6 or 7 playthroughs before the weekend. It froze up like 3 or 4 different times.
I will loan him my Super 8 film projector for next year, and
that's I'm sorry, Bill, but that's
you can get Dan to play the music, and it'd be like a silent movie with.
Bill, please don't tempt me, but no, that's not going to. Okay.
I say
Dan is not going to be sober enough to play music.
we get Bill's vintage view.
Excuse me.
A little disc for it.
Sober and music does not compute.
Hey, John, that would be great. I think from my grandmother, I still have that stereo opticon, that thing you hold up to your face.
Yeah.
And I think she had some rather risque slides in there, so we could watch those.
Now, this is no lie. I used to have a friend. Every time I went over there, I told him, I said, I want to put on, which, by the way, it's on tomorrow night on Svengoolie, Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
Ooh, okay.
My all-time favorite Universal monster movie. And he had the Super 8, and it wasn't a whole movie because you couldn't get the whole movie in. You would get a film clip.
Super 8. No.
On Super 8, you would get a film clip of the movie. Of course, it had no sound. But the point when Frankenstein threw the woman through the window, and that we would run that backwards to where she would be flying backwards through the window, and the window would miraculously all repair itself. And we would do that over and over and over, and so for a bunch of 7-year-old kids, hey, this was entertainment.
You could do that with stag films too, and at the end.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure the scariest movie I have ever seen.
Oh, they're getting dressed again. Oh, okay. He's going back home to his wife.
Hey, Dan.
Take that pizza and get out.
Carl doesn't realize it. He gave me an idea for next year.
That plumber never arrived on time. He just left without doing.
He didn't want the TV. She didn't want the TV fixed by that guy. After all,
I'm sure the scariest movie I've ever seen is still available, and I could probably have it for you. I'm not going to watch it. I found it when I was
broadcast,
5.
isn't it?
I was 5 when I found it, looking through my parents' closet for Christmas presents because my sisters used me for a Christmas present Bloodhound. We're like, what's this? We put it in. Apparently, my parents were wanting to be amateur filmmakers at one point in time.
Ooh.
So yes, the scariest movie
Rich, no,
I've
no,
ever seen.
don't go any further.
Take it to Hallowcon.
Tomorrow night.
No.
Take it to Hallowcon 2024 or 2023.
I'm just
I'm
Tomorrow
getting
trying
ahead
to,
of myself.
I'm just
Tomorrow
trying to figure out.
Your
Okay,
Joe Dog is
instead of
18 plus.
plunging in, does he plunge out? You've never heard the term plunging in for fucking.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got it, Donna. I'm just
Thank you, Chris. You're just trying to picture it now, plunging out.
There is such a thing.
I'm just trying to think what additional
Too
device-
much freaking information. Okay.
We got 5 minutes, people. Let's make this memorable.
Hey, it's Dan's show. If he wants to go over 2 hours,
Excuse me. We can go a couple of weeks on this as long as
But can Dan go a couple weeks? I don't know if Dan's gonna make it through the night.
Via con Cameron
Joe
Diaz.
Dog is going to show up in like 37 seconds and go, is that motherfucker still alive?
Dan, I got Jerry Lewis on the phone. He said he can come over and do your telephone for you.
Dan didn't
Hello,
even,
lady.
Dan didn't even hear me.
Yeah, yes, light bulb.
Via con Carmen Diaz.
Carl, please. Tomorrow is Friday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
As far as you
For
know.
you, it's already Friday.
And
You're
For us,
living in
it's
the
almost
future.
Friday.
there is a reckoning. And there is an unedited Dan coming for Friday night.
All right.
I don't know. This is pretty close.
Yes.
Must be dangerous. All right.
You do not have any idea. But
You know, I think the true reckoning is going to be tomorrow morning when Dan wakes up.
Yeah.
It'll be a reckoning, all right.
Lindsay's gonna have to call a wrecker in to take care of the reckoning.
I'm on vacation. Morning? We don't do freaking mornings.
Hey, I have to be
excuse
up
me.
to. I have to be up to help Nicholas tomorrow. Oh crap!
Oh, yeah, well,
Yeah.
excuses.
I'm
All
surprised you lasted this long.
Folks, who are regular viewers of Last Man Standing, excuse me, 1 second.
While you whip this out.
He's got to go down the hall again.
Nope. I'm fucking standing.
Where are my sound effects at?
Yep.
Hang on.
Dan talks about coming. Now he's talking
Damn
about
it.
whipping things out.
Wow. Okay.
He's talking
Now,
about standing.
Google. Come on, man.
Now,
No, that's the wrong sound effect.
thank each and every one of you for being here and making my birthday very, very special. And
You're welcome, Dan. I had to work at it, but I managed to get to somewhere where I could
Hey,
get home.
Chris, you and everyone that was actually there at Hallowcon that Lindsay met are now her favorite people ever. Now, Rich, you and Carl and Donna are
Next
going
year.
to become her favorite people as soon as you show up and go, oh, you're Lindsay? Oh my God.
Oh,
that sort of
I've
thing.
seen Lindsay.
Oh,
I get the feeling
she's
she
a-
will bond very well with Misty.
She is absolutely adorable. John, am I not right? She's absolutely adorable. Chris, oh,
She is a
she
wonderful woman and a delight to be around.
You
she
forget,
loves
Dan.
you. She loves John. I swear, I'm going. I'm trying to remain not a poly person here. You know, do you would you please not run off with my friends? And she's going like that's gonna happen. Um, oh, seriously. Um, no. Um, there's one person that was at Hallowcon that Lindsay had a problem with, and that
I
has
thought
been
John wasn't there.
addressed. John was there.
No, this is something
Bye,
else.
John.
It will be addressed.
It will be addressed. And I'm very sorry that I had to bring it
No,
up.
Dan, I
And
appreciate you letting us know because that's something we needed to know.
it's still it seems like it's being unkind on my part, but if if
Lindsay is one of the sweetest people I have ever met. And
if
for
there's
someone to treat her in a way that was inappropriate, I won't know about.
Oh,
yep, and that will never happen with anybody in this room right now,
Yeah, we're,
because
we're among good people.
she knows all of you. N- some from online and some in person, and she loves each and every one of you, which is one of the highest commendations I can give any of you. She cares so much about each and every one of you, even the folks that she has yet to meet. And Bill, yes, that includes you, even though you're a fucking smartass, but
I will bring her my 45 long cool woman in the black dress by the Hollies, and I know she'll love it.
she will punch you in the face. Believe me.
By the way, Dan, I posted a special happy birthday song for you in the Stupid O'Clock group
I,
just
I,
now.
I
Only
saw it.
one that
I
only
saw
I
it.
could do. So
I
anyway, I
saw
hope
it.
you
I
enjoy it.
saw it. Um, now look. You're all my friends, and
As
you're
far as you
not
know.
all of my friends, but you are all my friends. And thank you for being here. Thank you for making this show really entertaining, and thank you for making it not safe for work. That's one of the best things I can ever ask of my friends is go, please, you have no filters. Say what you want, do what you want, and I will go, 11 o'clock, you're on. And no, seriously, Kiri, you are an awesome person. Carl, Donna, you're more than anybody could dream that you were. Uh, Chris, John, you are sans peer, sans reproach. I mean, you are basically Lancelot, both of you. Figure that one out your own. Rich, you are my brother from a mother I never met. Bill, you are the most irreverent little bugger. I swear. Yes. Fonzie is going, screw this shit. But
No, he didn't do this. He did this. So
yeah. Well,
I know this is the Brits version of this.
but
I knew that from Last of the Summer Wine. So
oh yes,
Compo used to do that all the time.
We
Hi,
actually
Josh.
used to watch that. But now, thank you very much for being here, and you have made my birthday extremely excellent. And there's my ride.
And now the police are coming for you to haul you away,
Ha hee hee.
to take you to
Ha.
rehab.
Like that's gonna work.
That's an ambulance.
Well, we
folks.
didn't say it was going to work. We're just taking you there. Maybe you can rehabilitate them.
Ooh, I have lots of hints for the people that are driving the ambulance. Going, okay. Plaid is probably not the best Band-Aid pattern to have, but okay, Rich, I can see you go. I actually work ambulances. Shut up, Dan. Unfortunately, shut up, Dan doesn't work.
You know what?
I wasn't thinking shut up then. I was like, where's this going to go? This is going to be interesting.
Hey, Josh.
Before we go there, though, wouldn't a bedtime story be appropriate?
Is he ready for a bedtime story, though?
It's coming up. It is
about that
actually
time.
coming up, and
We hope that's all that's coming up.
Go good, guys. That's all I have to say about that.
ooh,
Take your boots off, Dan, just in case.
you were
Just in
not
case you
privy-
got to use them.
You were not privy to the dreams I woke up with this morning.
We're gonna have a go
Hey,
talk about
Josh.
that.
Mm,
Okay.
let me just say,
What?
if I were to partner with that person and write round robin stories with what my dreams were about, I would probably become more
Robin?
famous than somebody whose name ends in King. But this is neither here nor there, and it's definitely not as X-rated as my dreams. But
Okay.
Okay,
Martin.
he's got to be talking about me. I write X-rated stuff.
King.
tag team.
Yeah,
Martin.
I like that.
There it is.
Yep. Oop. There it is. Okay. It's 7 minutes after the hour, and yes, regular viewers are going to go. Y'all gonna go on for another hour?
Only 14 more hours to go, Dan.
And
You
me
can
and
do
Dan
it.
haven't started talking about music yet.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, there's the after show. We can do that.
Yeah.
Seriously. But right now, I actually have to figure out what the fuck I'm doing, and
That hadn't stopped you before.
Chris,
You
get
just
out of my
figure it
head.
out, then you do it.
yes, Chris, and
Somebody will figure it out for you, Dan. Don't worry.
Everyone, I'm out. Bye.
Good night.
Yeah, same
good
here.
night, Carl.
Night, Carl.
Back up.
Yeah.
And
Happy birthday, Dan. God love you. All the kidding, wise ass crackery aside, I love you, and I hope the next 65 years are going to be just as enjoyable
I'm
for somebody. Maybe not for you, but for somebody.
I'm hoping for another 25 quarter centuries. Okay.
Okay. All right.
And well, I was meant to take a drink there, but
You would have just spit it out. So anyway.
No, I wouldn't. But it's time to do some sketchy shit.
Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, da doo-dah day.
Did you hit the wrong button again?
No, I hit the right button. It just didn't work.
Transmission overload. System will shut down. System will shut down. System will shut down.